Hi, I'm Robin Boyce, and we've got a great show ahead for you. Come on back to City Corner. To you. I hope you're going to have a good day, and I hope we can get your day started with some awesome information that's coming to you from City Corner. Here in the studios with me today are Keisha Dent, who's Executive Director of Two Deaf Initiative, Diamond Diva Empowerment Foundation, and Ms. Brandy Jukes, who is Executive Director of Affirm Foundation. How you all doing? And Miss Brandy, the little baby, she's grown all up. This is one of my daughter's friends that she grew up with from school. How are you all doing?
We're doing great.
And you all out here really working hard to make a difference in the St. Louis community, and you're bringing in one of the top rappers from back in the day to help you fundraise for what it is you're doing. Now, tell us a little bit more about Two Deaf Initiative. We'll talk about that rapper coming up in just a minute. Two Deaf Initiative. Tell us more about it, Ms. Keisha.
Two Deaf Initiative actually stands for Diamond Diva Women's Empowerment Foundation. And we are a collective group of women who go out in the community, and we want to empower women to inspire them to get back to self-worth and reestablish themselves in society. Most of the times through domestic violence situations or being displaced, they lose that a lot. We started this based off, our organization was founded, well, we decided to focus on domestic violence as our flagship initiative.
Right.
We do multiple things, but this is the one that we hold dear to us, and it's our biggest one. This initiative started with our founder, who is a man.
Really?
It's funny, isn't it? But most situations, it's
founded
actually
by
a
women,
good thing.
Yes.
Because that shows that men are compassionate to
Most
this
definitely.
particular situation, and there are some good men
Yes,
that
there
are out there
Yes.
due to his own experiences. And then it was always dear to me because I've walked through it. I'm a survivor of it. Bad situations, that I want people to know that it doesn't have to tear you down. It doesn't make you. We all make mistakes. We don't know why, and that's just what happens. So we started our domestic violence initiatives about 2009.
Okay.
And
Very
it's just exploding, and more people are being made aware and wanting to come aboard. This was our biggest one. This year was our actual fifth, what we call our initiative, and which is our drive. We do love packages in February for
Love packages?
We call them love packages because
what are
Valentine's Day
Yes.
is a woman's holiday.
Yes.
But imagine what women that are displaced, beat down, beat up, sitting in shelters, they don't feel like that as loved as just regular individuals. So we took that particular time of the year to show them unconditional love. We deliver roses to the domestic violence shelters.
That's the best thing in the world.
I know.
Just delivers
We
roses.
did. We did chocolates
that.
this year. We give huge bags of full size, not hotel soaps, but full size. I'm just saying, because sometimes donations,
joke like that,
come in and we be like, we're not giving them that.
Exactly.
Because it's about how you feel in the inside that motivates you
Folks
to be
probably
different.
Mean well, but they'll
They
pass
mean
on that
well.
thinking now, well, we don't need this in supply, give that to them,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah.
But we do
That's
full
wonderful.
size. So we deliver those. We picked that particular time of the year to deliver those. And it was phenomenal this year.
It's the best.
I'm talking phenomenal.
Yes.
We've never had an overflow. We had an overflow.
That's
So guess what we do?
beautiful.
Somebody will call us and they'll say, hey, I got a lady, I got a family. I go in the vault, pack up some bags.
Really? Really?
That's what we have always been trying to get to, having a surplus where periodically we can help all throughout the year. Stuff doesn't just happen in January.
No, it doesn't. It happens all year round.
All
and
year
people
round.
are constant, and I'm always talking to folks like yourself who are doing those kinds of things to help people out. Now, Brandy, A firm foundation. I really like the name that you put together. But you've been doing this for some time with your husband. You all been at this for a while.
Yes, we've been in it for a while.
Everything to do with not only helping women who might have gone through some domestic violence, but you all are into really getting people in the homes.
Yes, we do. So what we do help people get into homes, like you said, the American dream. What are the
Yes,
foundation
yes.
of the community? Everybody wants a home. Everybody wants stability in their economics, teaching them about credit and getting things in order.
Very good.
Also, we have a lot of people that want to invest. We have a lot of people, we help entrepreneurs. We set up businesses. We set up nonprofits, giving them the foundation and the start to where they want to go.
Wow. What
So that's
made
what
you
we
want to do something like this?
It's just always been there. The way we even met, me and my husband met, we met doing real estate. He was a broker and I was a real estate agent. And it's just always been a passion, I think, a pass down through the family, yes. Inherited some homes.
I
and
know,
went
I
for it.
remember you and your mom. I mean, she was always at it. She was a dynamite.
Yeah,
She
so
just did it.
I think it was just there. And everybody needs a stable home, a
Yes.
stable environment that is part of having a solid and firm foundation.
Don't you think that makes the difference for an individual to have a really solid, firm foundation?
Yes.
Correct.
For
Yes.
to if they're even if they're single and have been through something, they have somewhere safe for them to go.
Correct.
I mean,
Because if there's no peace at home, there's no peace anywhere.
Nowhere.
I believe that, you know. So that's one of the things we live by. There's no peace at home.
now
So
you're
let's
about to
make
do a
peace at home.
fundraiser, which is
Yes.
happening July 28th, and you're bringing in who?
Dougie Fresh.
But how did you get Dougie? He's been doing it. I mean, he's been out there, left Will Smith out doing the movies, and he got
Yeah.
on the road.
Correct.
Tell us about this fundraiser. It sounds like it's going to be fun, too.
So every year this is our fourth. Yep.
Wow.
Because we're always partnering with Two Deaf. We do
Yeah.
their initiatives along with what we do on this side. They have women that need help and assistance and ready to move forth or placement
They got
with
the
the shelter.
assistance that they need.
So
And
that's
the
how.
guidance, because we're more personable than a shelter or things like that. They are going to really show you things that nobody else. Now, you can go to a creditor and you can say, I want to buy a home. And they'll say, okay. And they say, sign
And
on the dotted line.
You qualify or you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
they're not going
Right.
to tell you, okay, first let's see what your credit is.
Right.
Let's see what are you making at home? What do you really want? Where do you want to live? And get into your personal.
You need that so much.
You need that.
So you can understand
Understand
what
what-
it is, you kind of
Yeah.
investment.
Because
that you're
everybody's
gonna get into.
situation is different, and you can't just put people in a box.
Yeah.
Right.
So and then
Right.
teaching them, the thing is teaching, because a lot of us don't know. So if you don't
don't.
know
You
something,
don't.
if you don't know credit, if you never use credit, we run people's scores and you have a 600 score, but you've never really used it, or you don't have
It's
any
like-
score because you've never used it. You've always been a cash person. So these are the things that we teach to try to get them built up to where they need to be on the level in which the lenders want them to be able to give them a home for $80,000
Exactly.
or $20,000.
So the fundraiser again is going to be held where?
at the old Rock House.
Okay.
Downtown.
Downtown.
And that's on the 28th.
And this is the theme to the party is
It's an all white.
okay.
Fourth annual all white.
Folks in St. Louis like the all white party.
They
So
do.
you should have a pretty nice turnout for,
We
for this
believe
event.
so.
that
The
we
twist
believe
this
so.
year is we are doing an inside-outside party. So there's an inside area, and we have the VIP on the second level, so you can get those tickets, and it's all you can eat on the second level in VIP. Private bathrooms, private bar. So it's very exclusive, and then on the second level, and then you can see down to the stage. You don't have to be in the crowd.
Okay.
Okay, at the old Rock House, and then he has a very nice patio.
Okay.
Okay, and then with that, there's a street right there, so we are blocking it off. So it's the block party, the all-white block party.
Oh my goodness. So this
So-
is going to be a lot of fun and for a very, 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 very good cause.
Yes.
I know when I talk to people who head up nonprofit organizations or doing things for folks, when are we ever going to see something like this go out of business? What I mean by that, are we going to be able to help enough people? Is this going to be a continuous thing? And why the burst and more folks are we helping? Is because we have social media now and it's been reported more, or has this always been going on and nobody knew about it? Or
I think
it's
it's
happening
always
more.
been going on. I think
okay.
a lot of it has been going on, and it was always.
And nobody was talking about
Nobody
it?
was talking about it. Or, like you said, social media has brought so many other things to light.
Because in the black community, for many, many years, there were these taboos and not
Not
talking about
talking, yes.
domestic violence that was going
Correct.
on in the family. Because we were always told as kids, now that what stays in this house stays in this house. You don't go take anything out of there. We never talked about gay people in the community or anything like that. Never. It was never discussed that we knew that Uncle so-and-so was gay. You know, we never talked about those things. So is it more or less people, especially black folks, really waking up and rising up and realizing I don't need to be trapped in something like this? Is that
Correct.
what's going on?
I believe so.
And I think with us speaking out as boldly as we do,
Yes.
because domestic violence is not silent and it's not cute.
And it has no
So
color.
we come out,
and it's
when we come out with ours, we putting it out like this is what happens. We put out statistics, we put out how it affects children, we put out images, because for some reason we don't read a lot.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But if you see somebody getting choked,
We're like, what's going on
Whoa,
this
what's
picture?
that?
And then they'll go
Really?
and read.
so
the
it's pulling
visual,
people.
okay.
It's the visuals that social media allows us to put it
Okay.
out there to more people, and I think that's what drew a lot of people in this time. I'm smiling because it was like we finally found it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's okay. It's okay because once you see that visual, then you're gonna read and you're like, oh, I didn't know they did that.
Right.
But we've been doing it for 4 years.
Right, but you all have been at this, and of course you have been at trying to make a difference in the community by
Yes.
doing the holistic approach. Not only are you setting up getting people help or taking flowers to somebody, but you're giving them counseling. You're teaching them how to, well, how to say you teach a child how to fish. Give them a fishing pole, they'll be able to feed themselves.
Exactly.
And it's making a difference. So,
Exactly.
So in the end, I guess what we really are looking for is a normalization of looking at things that people have made normal, which aren't normal, right? And we're
Correct.
trying to get to
Correct.
that.
Exactly.
And
We're
then
trying
I
to
think-
twist that
Yeah.
mindset back where it should be. Look
what
back.
happened to the good old days?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
what happened to the good old days when we really felt good about each other? A kid didn't have a problem going down the street and cutting Miss Lucy's line, or Miss Lucy would always look out for so-and-so who had no business walking past that house. We don't have that kind of community anymore. I mean, how can we bring that back, Brandy?
Now, I just seen on Facebook a stat stating that the neighborhoods used to raise children. But when the parents start getting offended about the neighborhood raising the children, that's when it stopped. So now nobody says anything and they're silent.
And that's really sad. I got to bring you ladies back on so we can talk some more. We've run out of time, but thank you so much for coming on the show. And everybody needs to get on down there and have a good time on July 28th with Dougie Fresh at the Rock House. Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Information
Appreciate
will be on the screen. I'm Robin Boyce. We'll be right back with more information. This time we're going to be talking about victims of violence.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No? Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me?
Me neither.
Nobody.
So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Hi, I'm Robin Boyce. Welcome back to City Corner, and in the studios with me right now is Miss Janai Hauser, who is a social worker and mentor for the Victim of a Violence program that is set up through St. Louis Children's Hospital. This is a program, Janai, that was set up, you said, about back in 2011, 2012. There was a study done, and then it was implemented later. Tell us more about this.
It was implemented at St. Louis Children's Hospital as a fully funded program for 3 years in 2014, and that's when I came aboard. And we are serving kids 7 through 19 that have been a victim of interpersonal violence, which would include gunshot victims, stabbings, assaults, domestic violence. And we also serve kids that are seen for a fit for confinement. Those are kids that are in police custody.
Okay, now, are we seeing an uptick of kids coming into Children's and Barnes Jewish Emergency for violent acts, or is it something that's always been happening, but now we're talking about it?
Pretty sure it's always been happening, but what I can tell you is that over the last 4 years, we've seen a little under 800 for violence since 2014.
About almost 1,000 kids for violence
in the last 4 years.
And so, how do you come in contact this program? How do you come in contact with the children after they come into the emergency ward?
So when they come into the ER, or if they're directly admitted to our hospital, we get their referral. And then we make contact with the family within 24 hours and offer them services. It's a free voluntary service, and we will work with them for about a year if they accept services. Usually it's to process their traumatic event. A lot of times we learn that they've been through other traumatic events that they're going through. So a lot of processing them, a lot of teaching coping skills, a lot of emotional support, and the families are involved in the treatment plan. We develop a treatment plan within the first 3 visits where our patient can decide what goals they want to reach. And sometimes it's, I need help controlling my anger, or conflict resolution, or I need a job, I want to graduate. So we just decide they decide what they want to work on, and we provide the support to help them.
You all get together and try to figure out how you can help those individuals out. How receptive are the families to what it is you're doing with their children?
The families are usually receptive. The ones that have accepted services, we definitely try to involve the family as much as possible. Sometimes it's mixed. Sometimes I'm just working with the child, and sometimes I'm able to work with the family.
How do you work with a child that has gone through a traumatic situation? They wound up there in the hospital emergency room because of it, and you all start the processes of helping the baby out, but then you don't get that backup at home. How then do you help that kid out?
So a lot of times it's definitely your rapport with your child. And if I'm unable to get the support at home, I just do the best I can to teach this child skills and to help them build a supportive network.
Great. Do they spend a certain amount of time out over at Children's, or do you go to their location, or is there another area a place where you meet the children?
So our program is community-based. So once they get discharged from the hospital, we'll meet with them at homes, at schools. Sometimes it's picking them up and taking them to somewhere in the community, a park, McDonald's. If we need to, we can cab them into the hospital and meet with them there. So it's pretty flexible on where we can meet with our families and kids, as long as it's a safe environment.
Right. This is almost like, from the mentor point of view, like big brothers, big sisters in a way then.
I always,
although you bring the technical into it.
Yeah, I always say it's more therapeutic mentoring.
Yes.
Because we're definitely providing counseling for them, but we're also role models, we're mentors, we're advocates. And so on our mentoring part, we try to do about 2 events throughout the year. So we'll do a holiday party, And then we also do an outing in the summertime once school is out, take them to some fun place where they can just spend a few hours enjoying themselves.
Have you seen any success stories as of yet? Folks who have gone through your program
yes.
and have successfully, either graduated from high school or done quite well with their lives?
Definitely. Over the last 4 years, I've seen many successes. So a lot of
Good.
our kids, well, now that I'm working with the older kids, I started with the younger, but now that I'm working with the older kids, I have kids going off to college, getting
Excellent.
jobs, and they're doing pretty well for themselves. And it's been great to see them when they came in to when they
So you're
successfully
saying
complete the program.
some 1,000 kids since what, 2014,
Since
since you all
2014.
implemented it, and so you've seen a real good success rate then with this
Yeah,
program.
so I would say about of that 650 probably have qualified for our program
Okay.
because we only serve St. Louis City and St. Louis County.
Okay.
And our enrollment rate is about 25%. We've had out of the decline, we've had about 66 of them come back, has had recidivism,
Okay.
which
Did they go to the emergency room and then you hooked up with them, you locked in with them again, or was it that kind of, oh, wow.
yeah, they've came back to the hospital, and they did not accept services. And then of the 66, 6 of them have subsequently died due to interpersonal violence.
Wow.
So with our successful ones, we have not had one that have came back for interpersonal violence. We've had one that has had a fit for confinement, but
Okay.
we're still pretty happy.
I'm sure. I'm
about
sure
that.
you've got some really good successes that you can talk about there. When it comes to sitting down and counseling, talking with the young person that you've been charged with, and investigating and finding out what's going on in the family by just talking to the kids, what is one of the biggest things that social workers are finding that is the issue that's happening to the kids within this kind of environment? What's the biggest thing that's happening that you find? It's probably several things you can
Yeah.
say, and you can name those off. If 5 of them, tell us, because it's like, what's the trigger? And I guess I should say it there. What's the trigger? Lack of income, not a safe neighborhood that they might be in, better housing. What are some of those triggers?
I would say a lot that I've noticed after doing my assessments with my families is the neighborhoods that they're living in. A lot of our kids, I've had kids that tell me they just don't feel safe
Okay.
in their neighborhoods, or lack of resources,
Yeah.
support, not doing well in school sometimes, and not getting the support that they need in the school system. So it's a combination of many things. A lot of other trauma that has been going on, but has not been treated.
What have you had a good success rate in working with St. Louis City Public Schools and them help allowing you all to come into their to the schools?
There's a number of schools that have been open to us with
Excellent.
taking 45 minutes to talk to one of our kids at their schools.
That's great. That's
Which
great.
is helpful.
Then now, are there any outside organizations that can call you all, or is this something that just strictly is referral from the emergency room?
Right now, it's strictly emergency room and direct admit to the hospital.
What are some of the things that, say, legislators in this community, community leaders can do to help programs like this, with reference to maybe funding, or because I'm sure that you all could use a few more social workers to.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, so
Yes,
that
our
means,
program has actually grown. We started
Yeah.
with 2 full-time staff, and now we have
Yes.
4 full-time staff. But definitely funding. We look for funding on a regular to keep our program going.
Okay, so you all are constantly looking for funding outside of children's to make sure things are okay. That you keep rolling. Now, when it comes to, I guess, finding more social workers, is there a particular kind of person, you've been at this for a while, that really what do they need to know if they accept a job to do this kind of work?
To do
'Cause-
this work?
Yeah.
We employ master level social
Gotcha.
social workers, sorry.
Okay.
And
That's important to know, 'cause a
so
lot of
you
folks-
have that educational background, and You know your therapeutic interventions that you can use with a variety of families and kids. And the biggest thing is your building rapport, needing to be able to build rapport with your kids.
And that's the biggest thing, isn't it? You know,
They
building
have to
relationships.
feel comfortable to open up to you in order for you to be able to address any of their needs.
Is it hard sometimes getting a little person
Oh
to...
my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
It
What's
takes-
that feel
it
like
takes-
as a social worker when you're going in, you know, you sit down, you look at this baby and they've just gone through hell. And what are some of the techniques you might use to kind of get the baby to open up?
I think for me, the most important is making sure that I'm showing up and that I'm there. When I say I'm going to be there, I'm there. So building my rapport with them, talking to them, making them feel comfortable, being reliable. They're
That's
gonna
important
touch
to a
you.
kid, isn't it?
Yes. You know, I had one kid that was like, she did not give up on me,
Okay.
which eventually allowed her to open up.
All right, so she began to build a lot of trust in you, the person who is the technician here to work with her, but she trusted you enough to really start feeling better, to open up and
start
talk to you about
opening up.
things? Wow.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Has there ever been a
Takes a
kid
while.
that just didn't want to talk or anything? Because there's some kids that just are beat up really bad.
There are definitely some kids that you come across where the family may accept services, but they're just not at a place where they're ready to open up. And in those cases, sometimes we do have to close out services, but it's very,
Okay.
you know, we're still here. We tell them you can call, you know, and even our
Okay.
kids that have completed services are still welcome to call us if they need to talk or if they need anything.
Very good. So there's a 9-month period of time or years time that you all spend with them, and then it's a cutoff period, or how does it graduate?
Yeah, we work with our kiddos for about a year, and then after that, we close them out and link them to additional resources if needed.
That's awesome. So are you also working with other organizations like Animal Alone, Children's Home, and some other ones that might do referrals, or no?
We refer out to a variety of different agencies
Great.
depending on the need.
Great. And this is St. Louis County, St. Louis City involved, the court systems.
We try to include, you know, school systems, court systems, other community-based resources.
Because unfortunately, that's where a lot of children
Police
are.
department.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That it really will help you, or you all are helping each other, basically coming together and collaborating and make a really big difference about what's going to happen with these kids. I really appreciate you coming on and talking
Thank
about this great program that's really making a difference in St. Louis area. I told Margie when I called to get you all on the show that I've been holding on this since top of January. I said I have to talk with these folks. But thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you
the
for
program.
having
And I
me.
really appreciate you coming in to talk with us more about it. And if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. We're
Thank
here
you.
for you. And I thank you so much for joining us here today on City Corner. See you next time. We've got some more great information for you.